I am here. I've got the pleasure of a different kind of interview today. Normally it is actors, but I decided I've been following this person on TikTok for a while and Instagram, and her story has interested me and been intriguing. So this is Iryna Hordiienko. She is a Ukrainian who's come over from Ukraine 2 years ago. Away from obviously the trouble and the war out there, and has made a living and a life for herself in the UK. So, Iryna, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you coming.
Thank you for inviting me for this podcast.
Cool. No worries at all. It's great. As I say, I followed you on TikTok for a while now, and I've been inspired by your stories, I think, and I laugh as well because they're funny. The humour is very good in a lot of them. And yeah, I'm not the only person, so I thought I'll reach out and have a chat and see, and find out. I'll say I find out a bit more about you, but I'm sure if the questions I've got, I am pretty sure that if people delve into your TikTok enough, like because you will know all the answers to these, but it'll be nice to have them all in one place again. And you're probably tired of answering them by now.
No, I'm
Cool. Okay, so first of all, it's 2 years you've been here, isn't it, Iryna?
yes.
Okay, yeah. So whereabouts in Ukraine did you grow up? Whereabouts?
So I grew up in very poor family. So one is flat where you have only 2 rooms, and there was living my grandmother and father, mother, me, uncle, and we are together. I slept in the floor because I don't even have bed. So
Wow.
sometimes it was like this. And grandmother, little bit strange woman. She is very straightforward, even the truth, but okay. Grandfather was very, very bad. Grandfather, he was drunk every day, and he made a lot of bullying to me, to grandmother, to all family. So I really hate him all my childhood, and I have mother and father who really probably didn't want it what I was born, and all this situation what they are really together because I was born, and my mother worked really hard. My father, he worked really hard, and he also has disability, so it's all complicated, and all this stuff they try to survive. And also grandfather just crazy because he's drunk, and my mother right now crazy. She has mental health issues. So I left my parents' house very early, and I studied, worked, and it was complicated. So I never missed my childhood because I never got attention or love from my parents or another relatives. And this is very complicated because we also all time think only about money, because even we can't buy food in Ukraine expensive than in the UK if you compare salaries. So it's like very complicated, and I just wanna say my full story because you will more understand who am I and why I always compare Ukraine and UK in my experience, because I had very big experience in Ukraine. What really maybe not everyone had this a lot of bullying and violence in families, very poor childhood, and I have right now another life where I work, where I see happy people, when I have salary and I can buy food. For me, buy food it's already good, So I don't say what all my life in Ukraine was very unhappy, and was time when I had a relationship with my ex-boyfriend, and he was really he had money because he earned, but not in Ukraine. He earned on USA or something. So in your country, if you work in Ukraine, I don't know who you need to be, but you can be millionaire. So complicated. Ah, I think I talked a lot, and already you probably don't have any questions.
No, that's actually, it's really interesting. It's very sad to see to hear anyone who's had that that kind of a childhood or raised or missing a childhood because of a family like that, and it's very common across the world, but in Ukraine especially. I mean, it's something we don't hear about much in the UK. We don't know much about how it was before. What we've seen images of, obviously, what's happened since. So it's not something we were involved in. I mean, but it's eye-opening. I mean, I've got a friend in Argentina, and it's very similar. With the prices of food is the same as what the UK are. So the Ukraine, I guess the prices are very similar to what the UK prices are for food. But you said the wages there. It's the same in Argentina. The wages is about £300 a month. Maximum is like the average salary. And from but the rents and the food and everything, it's the same as the UK. So if people here are struggling when they're on what £1,500 a month or something, they can't.
Yeah,
It puts into perspective the big difference, and it really makes people like me think, wow, that's actually quite harrowing to hear.
just when people in the UK say something about how bad to live in the UK, I think, what? Wasn't in
Yeah.
Ukraine, you didn't live in this country where you can work all day, all night, and you have zero,
Mhm. Yeah, I think it does. It puts things into perspective when you do learn about things. Countries like that where that happens, and you say there are lots of people who moan in the UK. I see a lot of the comments sometimes on your posts as well. I won't mention them, but I read them, and I'm just like, I sit there and I'm like, they really they really they make me angry when I'm reading them. I'm thinking, how can people so ignorant and rude and not understand? Because your TikToks, your posts they're just promoting what your experience is, which is great. This is how you as a person have felt coming from somewhere like that to somewhere like the UK, which has opened so many doors and opening more doors for you, as we say over here, to get you a success and work hard and do what you want to do. So yeah, it is a very big eye opener, I'll say, for someone to hear a story like this, especially when I know we've got our own problems and struggling, and it's like it's nothing compared to that.
Just, it's only my experience. I also know a lot of people who live in Ukraine, and they always had money. Maybe it's all stuff what happened with my family, with my relatives. This is struggling poverty. It's because maybe education or I don't know what happens. My grandfather and grandmother, they was working on government and they worked on like railway station, and my mother and father, they had same job. They worked like together, and when
Right.
you government, you have zero money, and people who probably in Ukraine never worked on government, people who work in private or even they like online abroad, they probably has money, but I talk about government here, and this why I have this experience with more money, and also I tried a lot of works in Ukraine. I was a waitress, I was office manager, I was administrator in fitness gym, in clinic. My last job was retouching, but I wasn't successful with this, so my salary was maybe even like minimum wage, so it was
Right.
minimum wage, and it was very hard to survive because I rented flat, and almost all my money it's only for flat. Just
Yeah, so you can't. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't help because you just can't. That's no way to live. I remember a long time ago. I'm trying to think now what year we're. 4 years before you were even born, I think. I lived in Germany. So I did Germany university, and I lived in a town which used to be East Germany. so near Dresden, where before the Berlin Wall came down, they were all part of the Soviet bloc as it was back then, and I had a very small experience of being the foreigner taking jobs because I was working there, and I had gangs of people shouting at me, "Foreigner, go home! You're stealing our jobs" and stuff. Very similar to the comments you're receiving on TikTok, I guess, in some respects of what they are. This was back then, and because where I went, everyone originally had a job. They had the way, like your grandparents probably live with Ukraine. Everyone seemed to have had even if it was a small place, they had their own place. They had somewhere to work, somewhere to live. But then the wall came down and things just changed for them. And I remember reading and talking to people about their stories as well. And that's why I think I like to say I understand a little bit more of, because I studied it a long time ago, that between the two as they came together. So hearing more from Ukraine, it's at my heart when I hear stories where there's people gone through so much suffering, which why I, as one of many, welcome you guys over here to try and make a better life. So my next question for you is, it's still kind of carrying on, and it's still one which is there. It's obviously, it's the elephant in the room is the war, and I will not mention the guy's name because I don't rate him at all as a person. But when he did what he did, and that's obviously what you came over. That's what spurred you. How difficult was it for you to get to the UK when all that happened? I don't want to say. I know if you look at your TikToks, it's harrowing, and I don't want to take you back to there because I know how much it affects you. So your journey to the UK from that time onwards, what was that like? How did you get across? What did you have to do to come?
So I was in Ukraine, in Kharkiv, very close to Russian borders, and I was there 2 weeks. And after I understand what everyone is living, my friends living, they already in Poland or somewhere. I'm very scared, and I knew what in the UK will be some special thing like this scheme. So they didn't even started to do this, but they said UK government said what they will help Ukrainians if Ukrainians want to come. And I thought, okay, then I will go. So from Kharkiv, I traveled in one car with 5 people, probably it was, and cat and child. And I didn't took any my stuff, only my passport and pillow, and we just go from Kharkiv to Lviv. And after from Lviv, I was traveling alone in Poland, after to Germany, after to Venice. I was in France, in friend's house, and I was applying for visa, but I waited more than months. Or like, yeah, Iryna, you can come in. Like, I think it's happened because I was the first, like, in person who was applying, and this is when this first just coming, when they just say, well, you can apply. Everyone applied, and I think something broken in a government. I don't know what's happened.
There's a lot broken in the UK government.
So people waited very long for the confirmation what you can come in to their people who was applying after months. They already got this. I'm still in France. I'm still waiting for my confirmation. I was really sad about this. When I got this confirmation, what you can go, I went to the UK. So all this travel, it was by car and by trains, because trains for Ukrainians was free in Europe. Yeah, by train from Paris to London, it was Eurostar, also for free. So I traveled like this. I didn't know at all. I didn't know any language, only Russian and Ukrainian. So I was really, really scared.
I can imagine. That's so young, and then having to travel across the entire Europe, and not knowing English, which obviously most people would speak rather than the Russian or Ukrainian. It's you've left everything behind. It's really hard to imagine from my perspective, or from anyone's. What you do go through. Anyone can go through, no matter how old you are. But that's a long journey to go when you don't know what what's going to happen at the end of it. So, that's a very, very brave thing to do, for you to do.
I was desperate, I think. I just didn't want to stay in Ukraine even for a second.
Mhm.
I didn't want to stay in Poland or France or Germany because I don't know, I felt like I want to be only in the UK. I tried to
Mhm.
learn English in my child. It wasn't successful. I just, like, it was even similar to me, yeah, English.
Mhm.
Because another languages don't even similar. But I never spoke, never. I never opened my mouth in English. It was so scary to me. So when I came to the UK, I left my comfort zone. I just not same person at all.
Mhm. And that is astonishing, because when you look at your videos on TikTok or Instagram, where you've come from that person being scared, vulnerable, and not knowing where you are, you probably still feel a little bit like that. I'm guessing, but you're more confident. The videos that you do come across, they're great. It's the experiences that you're managing. Well, I'll say the experiences you're doing or trying to do. Well, I won't mention Scooter. Well, too late. You're reaching out, and there's so much that it's lovely to see someone just going out and enjoying everything that we take for granted. In the UK, there's things here we take for granted, like the food, or going, like today, you've gone to the vintage car show. Things like this we'll take for granted. These things happen all the time, but I guess for someone like you, they're fascinating, because there's something that you've never really experienced until you've come here.
When I was in Ukraine, I didn't have time for this because I worked all time. Even when I was with my ex-boyfriend, I didn't enjoy spending time because I just was not same person. I was like my mind was so small. I didn't even see whole world. I didn't realize about we can live another life. It's
Mhm.
so difficult to explain because I was like a child, or I don't know, in the UK I'm very grow up and I value every second, and I think that every second for me it's like opportunity to be better. If I'm wasting my time, I'm feeling very bad. I try to make something every second. For me it's very important because um my life can stop. In Ukraine, people live their lives and bomb right now coming, and
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm still scared. I'm still has nightmares about war. I think about this every day. I read news every day about this, and this is like, yeah, I'm not there, but I'm feeling, I'm very
Mhm.
anxious, even I'm in the UK. But at the same time, I'm very appreciate that I can be here. Enjoy what I can go outside. I can, feel safe in my apartment. I can do everything what I really can because some people can't in Ukraine. But I
Yeah.
talk probably a lot again.
No. This is fine. This is what we're here for. The anxiety that you have is real, because is valid, because, like I say, that's your home. That's where you've come from. That's where you grew up, and so you've got your family out there, regardless of how they are with you and things. But your family are there. You've got friends who are still over there. So I remember seeing on a TikTok as well, and it's something that resonates with a lot of people who've been through that kind of war. Is even like, if a car backfires, makes the noise, it can trigger a memory of.
Builders, loud noises, even when someone like, oh shoot, you know?
Mhm.
I would,
Yeah.
it's a trigger or something.
Yeah, but that's something that I think will, for yourself, the longer that you're here, that will lower itself. But I think it's that, when you hear people have been through it, it's something that you're not alone. You're not on your own when that happens, and there'll be a big support network here for you to help you through that kind of thing. And that's what you've touched on as well, is you want to make every moment counts and everything count, which is great because again, I think I've told you, I think you do more than some of these people who make comments. It's like some of these people, again, they're only jealous because I think they see you living your life and living a life that you're every day you strive to make yourself better. You strive to do more good for yourself and for others, and I think that's what you told me once. That's what aim is to make life better for yourself and those around you, which is a lovely ethos to have. I mean, you work 3 jobs here as well. You say you worked all those jobs in Ukraine, but over here you've got 3 jobs to keep you going as well. So it's like, no wonder you don't have any time.
I just, how I say it, for me, wasting time, it's very, very bad. I'm feeling very bad. I don't judge anyone. It's just me. I can't even sleep if I'm not working. For me, I need to work. If I'm not work, then go and do something, It's just complicated. When I worked 3 jobs in the morning, I was retouching. I done some retouching job. In a day, I was waitress, and in the evening, I do housekeeping and I'm administrator in hotel. And every day, no day off. It's okay. I don't need. I feel power when I make challenge for myself and I complete this challenge. I think, you're well done. If I would do this challenge, I think, oh, it's very bad. It's very bad. But I don't advise anyone to do this. I think it's just my trauma. Yeah. I can't right now even live and, to be okay if I'm just sitting, doing nothing. For me, it's very complicated.
Yes, I can hear that in your voice. I guess keeping busy means you don't have to sit and think about what you've gone through.
Yes.
It takes your mind away. It takes your mind completely off things.
You say what I said all time. It's like when I keeping busy, I don't have bad thoughts. I'm just enjoying. I'm in the moment. It's
Yeah.
all.
And that's a good way to be. It's a good way to deal. A good way to move things on. Obviously, and I'm trying to think of the words. Yes, it's a good way to live. But obviously, I guess as I say, I'm going to reach out again and say there are support people because those things they'll be there always. So you can eventually deal with them. but live in the moment for now. But I was trying to be positive, by the way. I was trying to say that in a positive way.
Depressed in Ukraine because and this pressure, my relatives, they done a lot of bullying for me. Like, stupid, you are ugly, you are, a lot of bad things on me. My ex-boyfriend, I had only one big relationship for 8 years, and my ex-boyfriend was very, I don't know, should I say this or not? He loved himself too much, and he also liked to bull me. So I just left my parents and find another person who can bull me. And all this thing, and right now I'm in the UK. I worry about war. I worry about my parents because they are very ill. I had some health problems, and I very worry about money because all my life I was poor, and when I'm in the UK, even I know what, yes, I can burn here. I worry about money a lot. So when I'm working, when I keep him busy, I don't think about this at all. And I'm like, I'm okay.
That's great. Money worries. I worry about money as well all the time. So, but not. It's one of those things you can't help. It always gets to you. Your stories as well, because you do lovely comparisons between Ukrainian life and UK life. And that's Jim Bob. I'm going to mention this because Jim Bob, he follows you on Twitter as well. He's like his little name is Jim Bob on Twitter.
Twitter.
It's not Twitter. So not Twitter. TikTok. Sorry. Follows you on TikTok. But he messaged me as well. And he says he actually finds you and your backstory are hugely inspirational, but he would like to know more about your statements regarding the differences in British and Ukrainian mentalities, and that he says somehow insurmountable for you, and whether you could maybe expand on that from a personal or cultural perspective? The difference, I think there's those differences that you struggle with sometimes.
What I struggle in the UK, people very polite, and sometimes it's like too much. I can be very rude. I can be rude for everyone. Also, my parents' behavior, my grandfather's behavior. I'm not stupid. I don't want to be rude to everyone, but sometimes it's like I don't have borders or something. So it's like I don't realize what it can be rude, but I
Mm-hmm.
can be polite with everyone. So, but in the UK, people super super polite, and when you just go and toss and go through you and say sorry, why you say sorry? I go and you go. Why you say sorry? And say
Yeah.
and I think, okay, what should I do? Sorry to you too, because we live or sorry that I'm alive. All time, yeah, it's happened all time. But right now I used to this, but still struggle. Yeah, still struggle. Sometimes I'm very, what's going on? What's going on? What's sorry to me? You know, I don't even not on this street, and they're like, sorry. Okay, and if today also I was riding a bike, and
Mm-hmm.
when stop, but I am riding a bike on the road, not on pedestrian street.
Mm-hmm.
But he stopped. I think why? Okay, so some are very strong. What else? I wanted to say something and I forgot. What? Yeah, people in the UK very slowly, very slowly. They can stay. So when they coming to show, they don't go to Wi-Fi. They just stay. They can pick their like trolley. Look at this
Mm-hmm.
trolley. After maybe they think something after I don't know, maybe call someone. So they stay still. I can't move. I can't. I can't take the trolley. I wait. Okay, I wait. And yeah, we just stay like this 2 minutes after I say sorry, I take the trolley and she's still there. She's still staying. That's cool. And people in the UK don't fall fast. I'm running, you know. People in the UK just
Troll by.
it's okay. Maybe it's mentality, or maybe I don't know. Also, I live in a town where not many
Mhm.
very young people, so it's usually old people. No, I can't say that it's only old. So because even like 40, they with kids, I see them, and they just stay. You know, don't rush. Nobody rush in the UK.
Yeah, true.
Strictly is the government when you apply for something, you need like pay taxes or I don't know, apply for something.
Mm-hmm.
Government never pay to you in the second time. Maybe they pay to you after 1 month and they back and say, sorry, you can't help.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They'll only get to you quickly if you owe them money. If you owe the government money, they will be every day. They'll be chasing. If you want them something from them, they're no.
But again, I don't want to say anything. I'm just even I see this thing what I really don't realize what it can be like this, like super polite people, super slowly. I enjoy it, you know. It's so interesting. It's so interesting, but I can see this really. So
Yeah, I get that. I did laugh when I saw that actually because I was thinking when you say everyone says sorry, I was like, yep, that's me. Because if I'm in the supermarket, I move past people because I can't stand it when people walk slow in front of me. I'm walking behind them in the street going, just move, just get out of my way. If I'm in the supermarket and like you say, they're on the phone or they're dawdling as we call it, they're just looking around. But then I'll move out the way and I'll nip in front to get something. But then I'm like, sorry, and I'm like, why? You're right. Why am I saying sorry to them? They're blocking the way. So why do I have to say sorry because I'm trying to get something? But yeah, that's just us. That's British. I don't know why we do it. It's
No, right now I'm thinking like British, and I always think I say it sorry one more. Even though my car pass, yeah,
Mhm.
give me way. I can't show my hand, but I scream sorry, thank you. So yeah.
Excellent. I mean, and some of these experiences as well that you do, Arena, it's great. As though you do kayaking with the seals was fantastic as well. Um, Unfortunately, yeah, I mean, I see seals because I live by the beach as well. So every day I take my dogs out and the seals are there swimming around.
Amazing.
They're so close. I can't get a photo. Try and get a photo and send it to you, but it's quite difficult. When I've got two dogs, my hands are like that all the time trying to control the dogs. But yeah, so we see them. I see dolphins as well now and then. But I mean, to be able to kayak and get that experience so close to them must be amazing as well. What's the best thing you've experienced so far out of all the activities? Because you've tried scootering, which was really funny to watch. Rollerblading, which was funny again.
I think, for me, I the most enjoy when I travel, when I see something. I can't say about the best experience, but yeah, when I go and see something, for me, this is the best emotions. I try don't spend my money at all, but I won't spend only for traveling because this the most exciting thing for me. Right now, I want to travel. Also, I wanted to go to Wales, but it's very expensive. So probably I will not travel around the UK because it's if I spend money for train and for rent something to stay there, it will be similar than go to Spain.
Yeah, it's shocking. It's disgusting. This is when we find it. The prices are crazy to travel inside the UK.
It's very sad. Okay, if I live like in London, it can be more easier, but I don't want to live in London also. So I need a car, but I will never drive. I promise it's just not for me because you saw me with scooter, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I don't trust you behind the wheel of a car. Aiden. No, you're right. That's something you touched on. That's something which I found it's disgusting because I work as well full time, but being able to afford just to go to London for me, it's £150 just for the train. It's 4 hours because I live in North Wales, which is why you'd be welcome to come and see North Wales if you could afford to do it, or even Liverpool. Liverpool's two hours on the train.
Liverpool already. I was in.
Oh, you have, haven't you?
I wanted to go to Edinburgh.
It's lovely there.
This is when it's prices and things like that.
It's crazy. I've been to Edinburgh a couple of times, but I think you're right. Sometimes you look at the price and it's cheaper to go to Spain in the sun for a week than it is for 3 days in London or anywhere. It's they need to bring those prices down for people. It's
it's right now sunshine. Yeah, you can see all my face. But this summer really not nice in the UK and it upset me. Yeah. And I think, okay, if I will go to Edinburgh and I know that in Edinburgh will be really raining all time. So it'll be very nice summer to me.
yeah, it's horrible. It's sunny here as well, actually, saying that, but it's not a very good summer at all. This time last year we were in that big heat wave as well, which is crazy. Cool. Just a couple of more things because I've realised how long we're going on for. Don't worry, just noticed the time. It's a good talk for hours. If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what 3 words would you choose?
Crazy. What's not normal? I don't know. Okay, I'm straightforward. I am I don't know how you call this in your language. It's when you have a goal and you go for this goal. You have your goal.
Motivated.
Yeah,
Motivated.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and driven is another word because driven because you're driven to get that goal. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know about last one because I have a lot of things. Maybe naive because I'm still very naive. Yeah, sometimes people can scam me very easily. I don't realize, I don't know, yeah, that's part very complicated. I think hard work, I'm hard worker,
Mhm.
so maybe this rewards.
Okay, cool. That's great. I'd say the hard working definitely, and the crazy, funny, the naive, the scamming. I did see that as well, and I commented on that. It's just that's just that which I think is very scary now. It's
That's
so easy.
what happened in Ukraine with me. They scammed me for apartment. I paid
Mhm.
apartment and I
Right.
didn't this apartment. I
Oh
went
wow.
paid for rent and I was spending there 1 week. I was cleaning whole apartment because it was after leak, so everything
Mhm.
was about there. 1 week I spent it all my money to make it clean, and after 1 week, coming to me owner this apartment and say, "Who are you? It's not. I didn't rent for you this apartment."
Oh
So
wow.
yes. And after this, I was in a street without any money, any friends, any place where I can live. So when people say, well, we have homeless, you don't understand what people can be homeless. No, I understand.
Mm.
All my life I struggled with where I can live because with my family I don't have even space there.
Mhm.
After I moved, I lived with my friends. We rented together after in camp or not camp, a port with
Mhm.
university. Again, I rent again because a lot of problems. I changed works, university, college, school, a lot of scammers. That when you're alone, I was like I felt very lonely in Ukraine. And
Yeah.
all my decisions, they wasn't right. And all this person who was in Ukraine, me, I right now don't like this person. I was so low. My confidence, my thoughts, I was stupid really. I was maybe not ugly, I don't know. But yes, I don't want to be friends with this person who was in Ukraine. I
Mhm.
just it's very upset me. But right now in the UK, I have another life and I'm feeling happy. I wanna to be motivated. I wanna do everything.
That's really nice to hear as well. It's lovely, and it's great that you've been able to have that new fresh start and been able to, to put that all behind you, and just reinvent yourself. I think is the word, and hopefully, because I know um, you're looking to try and extend because I think the 2 years comes soon, doesn't it? So, is that a hard process to do? I
Um,
don't know.
right now, not really many information about this, so I should
Mhm.
apply for my extension at the end of this year. And yeah, if they will accept, or maybe they change something, I don't know. Also, we look what going on in Ukraine because we don't know what's going on there. I don't want to back right now, but we'll see. I really don't know. I just live in the moment.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I'll wish you the best of luck with that as well, because obviously, I guess something that you'd love to be able to do is to apply for British citizenship at one point as well.
Just
And
what after our this Ukrainian visa, what we have,
Mhm.
special Ukrainian visa, we can't apply for
Oh,
citizen.
okay,
This why we need or change our visa for work
right.
visa or for
Hmm.
something else. Still no information about this.
Right. Okay. It's complicated, but yeah, hopefully, I'm sure things will work. I mean, I think the way you've reinvented yourself here is a really good thing, and people see that, and and it will really help you when it comes to doing that as well. So I personally wish you the best. I know a lot of people do. Oops, drop my pen. To get that through. Just last thing is, what kind of advice would you have for any Ukrainians who may not be settling in as well as you have, or anyone who would thinking of maybe coming to settle here as well? From the experiences that you've had, what kind of advice would you give to people as like a final?
Everyone experience very like I can't say I don't know what these people. I don't know what people in the UK they will meet, because people that I met in the UK was nice people. They've helped me. This is why I probably right now feeling okay. And if Ukrainians wanted to come, I see a lot of good people in the UK. They are very kind, and I hope they find right way, right people, and everything will be okay. Just maybe if you learn English, it's very will help, because I didn't learn English and I little bit struggle. Right now I'm not bad, but if you learn English, you will be happy in the UK. If you work in the UK, you will be happy in the UK. I promise. So never give up. Never think what your life is finished if you left your house in Ukraine. If you want to back to Ukraine, of course you can back to Ukraine. But don't think what your life is finished. Because I met some Ukrainians who they always just said it wasn't war.
Well, yeah, and I guess that's it's how people are affected by that as well. And I'll just add to the end of that as well. And for anyone who comes across and meets some of the very few nasty people in the UK, just forget about them, because there are far more of us who. And I know you've had that, and I've tried to avoid keeping that, because you see it on TikTok, so that has to affect you personally when you see stuff like that. And I've been trying to avoid it because I know. I've spoken to you before, and I know how much that can impact you, and it's not nice for people like us when we read it and see that, let alone you at the end of it. So a word for anyone who's listening who might be from Ukraine or anywhere else. It's like we welcome you. We want you here. You are making a great positive impact in our country and in the UK and to our culture. So this is welcome. Please stay. We want you to stay, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
So that's what. So, and right, cool. So thank you very much, Iryna, for joining me.
Thank you.